You only have 24 hours in a day and you need to decide what you do with this time. Mostly you're gonna take 8 hours for your job. And this part is such a big chunk of your life that you need to pick it really, really carefully. And I've also seen that you can structure your life around the dropshipping with your job so you can actually make dropshipping work quicker. So today we're going to talk about the setup of your life on how to restructure it if you want to take dropshipping really seriously and you see this as the priority. So very first of all, let's establish one thing. If you're just working for money, you should stop working. This is not how you should do it, all right? Especially if you're not getting paid a crazy amount for it. If the job you actually have is just bringing you money only, this is bad. Because you will find similar paying jobs, which are also on top of that gonna be fun. You need to understand that a job should always function as two things. And if it's only money, that's not good, especially if that money is not even that high. If you're just working at McDonald's, you should stop doing that because trust me, you without a degree, without any other form of education, will be able to find a job which is not McDonald's, but is paying exactly the same as McDonald's and is fun. You work at some company, you try to find your favorite club and try to be a barkeeper there. You just apply for a job in some kind of smaller company where everybody is working together as a team and there's like just 10 to 30 people which are very closely working together and everything is just way more fun. Those things matter a lot. Even if you work at McDonald's and you have shitty colleagues, just go to another McDonald's, at least do that. And you need to understand that the setup of you changing is gonna have the biggest impact ever on everything because you're gonna feel better all the time. However, fun is also not the only thing what you should be looking at because selecting a job has a lot of criteria. Money, time, how fun it is, if you help people or not, if you learn new skills. All of those things need to be combined ideally. So for example, if you find a job which is truly, really impacting somebody else's life, it's not the most fun, but it gives you okay money, fine. Great, you're doing a great job and you're getting joy out of it, amazing. If you have a job which gives you a skill, so you work in some kind of company as an SEO expert and you just learn how to do SEO and you're just becoming better at that so you can apply it later on for your business or sell it as a service, or you improve a skill through your job and you're not gonna have that at McDonald's because obviously nobody cares about the skill of flipping burgers. So here also, at the same time while making money, you're doing a second thing for yourself, and even though it's not the most fun and you're not helping anybody, you're getting money and you get a new skill. When with that skill, you're going to be able to make more money later on. So if it's a sales job, that's really valuable. If it's a job in a marketing department of a bigger company which is already doing great skill you're going to learn. There's going to be a bunch of different things which you will be learning through a good job. The other thing you also need to keep in mind is the working times. And trust me about one thing. There is a lot of jobs where you work 4 hours a day and not 8 hours per day, and you're gonna make the same amount of money and you don't need the craziest educational level. If you just have some sort of skill and you basically are able to become a personal trainer, or you're just gonna be good at SEO, for example, go to Upwork and offer it in a very specific country where nobody can outsource it into like cheaper countries like India or Philippines or something, and it's actually SEO for a very specific niche country, so Germany, France, whatever, and you speak that language as well, you will be able to make decent amount of money with less work. Some people have a job which has a night shift. In a lot of the cases, actually that's an amazing thing because whenever you have a night shift, you actually have half a day before the night shift where you can focus, for example, dropshipping. If you see dropshipping as a priority and you work at a job which is not high paying, what do you need to do? You need to find a job which is gonna allow you to have working hours in the morning or at the time when you wake up and then go to the job after all the work is done. This is gonna be super beneficial. And most of you guys are not thinking this way. Most of you guys are just doing over and over again, and you feel like you need to keep being at a job because that's your job and that's it. When in reality, you have options. Every single person out there which lives in Europe or the US or in countries which are not super poor, you will actually have a lot of options in terms of your job. And by the way, I understand. If you live somewhere in Bangladesh and you don't have that option, obviously I'm not saying that you do. What I'm saying is that most of the people who are watching this actually do have that chance. So before you keep going to your job, just think for 1 week straight. Pretend that you're sick, I don't care what you do, just take 1 week off, whatever. Take 1 week off and think truly how you can improve whatever you're doing right now. If you have a job which is actually high paying and it's good and it needed educational level, if you already have this educational level, this means that you're going to be able to get other jobs as well. You just apply to 50 other ones and you see where you're gonna get the best offer, either the most amount of money, or you're gonna be able to work from home, or you're gonna be having a job which is gonna be easy to outsource and you can work from home. This is one of the craziest ones. If you find a job which you are able to work from home and you find a person who can do it for you, so for example, someone from Upwork or something, you will have passive income very fast because they're just doing it for you and you just have to, you just attend the meetings and pretend like you did the job and that's it. So this is also something which can be done very, very simply. You just need to find a job where you can have home office and you know a person who can do it for cheaper from another country where they charge cheaper rates. That's simple. But besides that, at least if you have a job which is not the most fun and not giving you the most amount of money, think and find a fucking new job. Why the fuck are you working in a job which you don't like, which is not giving you money, which is not helping people? Why? It's just because you're too lazy to actually think and stop what you're doing and do something else. You're afraid of change and you're just gonna keep doing exactly what you're doing because that's what I'm doing. But in reality, you being lazy is making your life harder. You being lazy means that you have to work more. And this is very counterintuitive because lazy people work less. But in this case, you being lazy is gonna make you work more and worse. So what I would do is I would make a list with all the criteria of what a perfect job looks to you. So you make a lot of money, you have fun, you have a lot of free time, you can work from home, you are able to outsource it to somebody else, you have colleagues which are super cool, you learn a skill which is going to complement your business, you will have the ability to actually make an impact on people's life, whatever the criteria are, but think about them, truly think about them. What is the ideal job? And find something which is getting closer to that. Because most of you guys just have jobs which have fit like one criteria. I make decent money. That's it. Not the most fun, not the most nothing. This is not how you should go about life. You should not settle for something which is all right. And this is also something you need to understand. Long term, you want the business. And then you're gonna think, all right, I don't wanna do any changes because long term, I want to have the business anyways. So in the first couple of months, the next couple of months, I can actually work in the same job. I don't need fun, I don't need anything. Let me just do this job and build a business. And when the business is done, then I can quit the job and I don't need a new job anyways. Again, how can you not value months of your time when not years? Most people who want to start a business just watch YouTube videos and don't start years. They want to start a business for years straight and never get started, or if they do, they fail and they stop or whatever. Even if they keep going, they still are at the job. So until you are at the point where you're making enough money to have a sustainable lifestyle from the business and still keep the business running, because this is also something which people forget. If you make 10K from the business and profit every month, it's not your money. You need money for the business. You cannot just take out 10K. So when you are at a point where the business actually is sustaining your lifestyle, cool. Quit the job and do the business full time. That's gonna boost the business like crazy and that's gonna make everything way better anyways. But until you get there, make your life easier and better. I truly do not understand this. You're not helping people, you don't have a fun job, you cannot decide your work hours. What the fuck are you doing with your life? And this is actually something which, for example, Dan Bilzerian is talking about a lot, the setup. His setup was just find 5 girls which are super hot and you're gonna be friends with them or whatever you do. Just get them to the club with you and everybody else will want to be with you anyways. Instead of you just running around the club and talking to random girls, this is gonna make your life 100,000 times easier. And the same exact thing goes for everything in life. Setup is the most important part about everything. On top of that, he was also talking about poker players, how everybody was chasing being the best player. And he was never doing that. He was never trying to compete in that sense. What he was trying to do, just get into rooms with people who are rich and have a shit ton of money and are not the best players. And this makes sense because this is the part which is gonna make you the most amount of money. You don't need to have the best technical skills to win against those guys, but you're gonna have the highest return. So if you set up your life as a pro player and everybody knows that you are a pro, you're one of the best players in the world, the rich dumb guy is not gonna want to play with you because he knows you're gonna smoke him. So again, the setup here is by far the most important part. And you need to think about the setup the same way for your business. If you will set up the dropshipping business for the next 6 to 12 months and actually build a sustainable business which is gonna make you money long term, this will change your life. And if you're lazy about it for 1 year, it's not gonna change your life and you're just gonna keep doing what you're doing. So if you just focus on dropshipping and set your life up for 1 year straight and actually do exactly what it requires, you actually will be able to live from dropshipping, meaning that then you can quit your job and set up everything else. So try to have this longer term thinking and truly understand that, for example, you starting a program with me is not costing you anything. I charge thousands of dollars for my programs. However, it's free for you if you do what I tell you and you get the results, because you're gonna make more from the program than you paid me. So again, if you put yourself in a setup where you have a person who's gonna explain to you what to do all the time, from every angle, every problem you face, he already had, this will make everything easier. And if you think, yeah, sure, but I'm also gonna be able to just watch YouTube videos and learn the same, you will set up the dropshipping business the wrong way because you don't know how to do things. Just you watching YouTube videos is not enough. Everybody on YouTube, even me, is talking about general situations. I cannot specifically tailor what I'm saying here in a YouTube video to you, but I can do that in the program which I have. And this is exactly why I'm running it like I'm running it. So one thing I can tell you is just watch the case studies of my students who've been through the program already and just listen to what they're saying and what values they've gotten out of this program. And I truly believe that every single person who does dropshipping needs to have a mentor. And I'm not gonna shit talk anybody else in the industry, but I also know one thing, that my strategy works. If you do exactly what I tell you, you will make money. It's as simple as that. So don't take my word for it and watch the case studies. Actually make sure that this is something you truly want. And if you're ready, click the link below, sign up for a call with me personally, and we will find out if everything is a good fit. And if we both think that it actually is a good fit, I'm just gonna walk you through the entire process. How to find a good product, how to build a really good store, how to make good ads, how to advertise, how to build a brand, how to repeat the entire process. And also, by the way, you can ask me all the questions you want about your life. The things I said in the beginning with the job, you can ask me general questions about this as well. So if you want that, click the link below, sign up for a call, and we're gonna talk.